Now, I have taken the softly, softly approach through the concept of the inner child and how we are programmed via that first 7 or so years when we are so vulnerable. Ishushe shonjaka chiet sakatri shinze tushenaka. Ijute si kenyana kikombato shteshti shesuyena. Abiatia sukunyena nanakike. E jutsakataria shetsasiana. Embe tukria shatsiana kakaya. But the truth is, to bluntly put it, we are brainwashed. And we are brainwashed to believe that we are a warlike people, to believe in lack, to believe in powerlessness, to believe in struggle, to believe that we can't get what we want, that it takes effort and struggle, working 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, at the very least. It requires sacrifice. And how this has come about is this brainwashing has made us forget or allowed us to forget the truth of who we are. Now, in my schooling in the Pacific Northwest, I saw with my own eyes and experienced within myself and my experiences an inkling of the truth of who we are. Many people demonstrated that there is much more to who we are. And I am So I want to give you some examples of some of the things that I saw. Well, some of the things that I did. And I talk about this in the video, My Spiritual Journey, as well, a little bit more. So we would have experiences of being blindfolded and being taken to up into the forest on the edge of the property where the school was located. And we would be let go up in the forest, and you had to use your mind to move through the forest, and you would eventually come to a field, and you would go into that field, crawl through the fence into the field, and then work your way to a labyrinth and find the door, work your way through the labyrinth, and find the area within that labyrinth designated as the void or the center of the labyrinth. And this was all done blindfolded through focus, through putting in your frontal lobe the image of where you wish to be, where you wish to be drawn to. So I have gone to that void. I have had that experience a few times of moving through without my eyes, just through energy, just through focus, just through intent, to move through that forest into that field, to find the labyrinth, and to go through various obstacles within the labyrinth, which were ladders and tubes that you had to crawl through, secret doors, doors that were not obvious. And you never were to use your hands. It was always your mind. The other experience that showed who we truly are is on what we called the name field. So we would draw a card of an image of what we wanted. It could be a thing, it could be an attitude, it could be an energy, a perspective, and we drew a symbol or put a word on that card. And then it was given to somebody else, and that card was put on the fence, this huge field inwards. So the white side was facing out. So there could be up to 1,500 cards on the fence in this field. So you would go in and put your blindfold on and become the card energetically and see the outcome of the card in your mind's eye, through your intent, through your focus. And when you become that energy, that frequency, you were drawn to find your card. You were just drawn to it, and you would lift it, and if it's yours, you would claim it. And people did this over and over again without their eyes, but through focus. There were amazing healings, people getting up and saying that they had had this ailment when they arrived. And through the processes that we were taught, which was to use your mind, to use your intent to create a change in the world that you were living in the body that you were inhabiting, people were healed. I've seen people do blindfolded archery, and with that blindfolded on, standing at a fair distance, hitting the target or hitting the bullseye. I myself have hit the target. And I had a friend who one day we were just sitting around, and he put his blindfolds on and went into another now, another reality in that space, and saw other beings, huge, 9-foot beings who existed. That it's very difficult to explain it. It's a long story. But I have seen over and over and experienced it in my life that we are much more than we have told that we are, have been told that we are. So free will, I think, in trying to understand this concept again, part of the journey to free will, part of the journey to creating this aspect or this ability to create, to consciously choose within our lives where we go and what we do and how we experience this world, is to understand the programming, is to understand the brainwashing. And in some respects, the school for me was about identifying the brainwashing, because in all of these experiences that I went through, there were many, many emotional reactions. There were many moments of doubt and hesitation and fear and reluctance and all of those things that we are prompted to feel outside in our normal world. So we're trying to create that great job, or we're trying to create financial independence, or we're trying to create that partner. It's like we are in those experiences out in the world. But within that school, I had those experiences in these processes and disciplines throughout that 18 years. Ushi kumbatishe sakatia chot sakaniat sesianaka, ijute shushashiat sakania. Amboyende nande kuyena yangiena. Eandieno yezambuti endiendo yanda. Amboye siatie nandiende onda. Idocena kumbatiazza esotishe shushenze kukianakia. So when going for what you want and exercising what you believe is free will, you are going to understand the degree to which you are programmed or brainwashed to have a limited viewpoint of who you are and what you can do. which really is much greater than we've been shown. We have been dumbed down. We have been caught up in fear and lack and comparison and fighting and struggle for a long time. So when you are attempting to exercise free will, the first thing that happens is you see the program. You see your doubts. You see your limitations. You see an aspect of you that has been programmed to believe less than of yourself. So the first step is identifying it. The second step is coming to peace with it. Now, if we don't have free will, if we are struggling to utilize that free will in a way that we wish to, so what do we have? What can we do in the moment of being shown that we can't create what we want, or that we must be in struggle for a while? What can we do? So the identification is first, as I said. It's about frequency. Now, the frequency we've been programmed to live in, brainwashed to live in, is very limited. It's inside a little box. This is the frequency that we walk around in all day. And we have lost sight of how small and how limited it is, because we're always focused out there trying to change the world through effort, change the world through what I have been told or described as mass to mass, which is work 9 to 5, 5 days a week, put your money in the bank, save up. So it isn't mass to mass. The truth of who we are is consciousness into this reality, into mass, to have an effect on the field with our mind, with our intent. But the programming is so deep that the energy we are emitting, the energy that we are emitting in an attempt to affect that field, is limited and is of the program. And so it seems like it's hopeless. It seems like we are blocked when we want, trying to get what we want, because our head, our adult aspect that I talked about it, can see what's possible, has seen that somebody else has created that. Somebody else has achieved that. So I'm going to do it too. But the program or the energy that we walk around in, like a miasma, doesn't believe that's the truth, sees ourselves in that little box of expression. So changing the frequency first is important. So when we were doing those exercises, we would become the frequency of the outcome. And it is in changing that energy that we walk around in all day into something greater in that moment. And it might be only for moments at a time. It might only be for 20 seconds we feel powerful. For 20 seconds we feel at peace. And eventually you become familiar with the contrast between how you feel and have lost sight of, that you walk around in all day, and this greater, more expansive energy and frequency. So when you are trying to create something new, when you are trying to break out of a pattern, there takes a leap of faith. It takes a leap of faith of stepping out and stepping into something greater. Stepping out of the miasma, the doubt, the disbelief, and stepping into power, stepping into a greater human being, the truth of who we are. And I have seen it, I assure you, and I'm sure many people have seen it, when we talk about synchronicity, when we talk about sliding doors, these moments, we have all seen it, but it's too easy to slip back into the program. It's too easy to go back to the old viewpoint and to give up or to feel overwhelmed. So whatever you feel in that moment of the greater creation, process that, feel that, understand it is the program. It isn't the truth of who we are. And that we have to go through all of those feelings from a higher, loftier perspective of, this is what is the box that I've been living in. This is the box that humanity has been conditioned to live in. And to literally step in to another frequency and do it by degrees or do it all at once. I can't tell you how long it will take. It will be different for each person. But have love and compassion for yourself in this process. And we are with you in every step of this incredible journey. This is gold, is what I'm, the word that's coming to me. This experience is worth its weight in gold, which really in a way doesn't explain it, but you get the gist of what I mean. This experience of identifying the program, identifying how we've all been brainwashed to see ourselves as this avatar, when in truth who we are is this bright, bright spark of God, having this experience in this place of polarity for the specific reason of understanding what it is to be disconnected from that spark and working our way back to the truth of who we are. Oh, Suze na kaye na ye du yana. He no ye wai ye ni atoye. Oh ye zito shenze yana. Adiatsu shesha shiatsa. Our hearts go out to you. Enuche zita ye niakoya. The brightest of the bright. Ijute shusha si konien no ye bitiana. O yang ya. Lambe no ye nainde okea. Achietsusa etochina kumoya. Hayetayataka. Hiendeum buencia. Hayetsuki chetsanze tushena. Hakietsukenya kiata. Amboto yeshoshiena. Inzaktoria shatsi sesusianaka. Ilele yokumba atiat sakariacha. Idutariashe. Ikanyananakika. Hebotea jetsukoniat se se. O yetakana. O yetakanu yetsikadura yeshatsa. Haba yetakanuat se zitene kukanyanaka. Ibetujatianaka. Endoge esuteniaka. So thank you, beautiful souls, for listening. And there may even be a part 3 of this. We'll see. Much, much, much love to you on this incredible journey that we are on. Until next time.